I know.
What's up?
Nothing much. How you doing? Good. How's life for you?
Oh, no complaints.
And this is
Reyna Joy Banks.
and I'm Justin Jamar.
What's happening?
What
We're
up,
back
guys?
again with some more insightful, hopefully insightful dialogue.
Way insightful dialogue. This time we're gonna go a little bit.
What's that? What is that? What are we gonna do?
Deeper.
Well, we got pretty deep last time.
Yeah, but this is going a different side of deep.
Okay. What are we talking about?
The ladies are asking.
The ladies are always first. We go.
Yeah, you're such a gentleman. Oh my gosh.
Try sometimes.
Okay, so. Oh my gosh. These kiddos.
How many questions?
I have over 20. I have 21 questions.
Unbelievable. Hopefully we can get through as many as possible today.
Yes. Okay. So, do we want to go super spiritual first? Because some of these men and female questions are spiritual. Or do we want to go with the stereotypical like questions concerning male and female?
I mean, let's get a mix of all of them.
Okay.
We don't care. We answer all questions. All questions.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
So,
whatever one comes to mind.
Why is the church so full of single women?
Oh man. So I guess you want me to tackle that one, right? I think it's a difficult one for me to answer as a man. I guess I can give my perspective on it.
Yeah, give your perspective and then I'll
Okay.
give my little jizz.
A couple things. I think one, and the main reason is that there's just a shortage of men who are really seeking spiritual guidance nowadays.
Wow, that's good.
And I think as a result of that, like women who have been in relationships that haven't worked, or they're going through a certain situation in their lives with their significant other or their boyfriend or whatever, then their first move is to turn to the church, right?
Yeah.
It's just I don't know if it's out of instinct or what it is.
Yeah, comfort.
And they're more willing to seek out that help. It's what we talked about last time.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of women that go to seminars and self-help type of places versus the amount of men. Because I think the church is a refuge as such, for people who are lost and are trying to seek help.
Yeah.
And I think men have historically had a difficult time admitting that there is a problem, right?
Yeah.
And so the women that you see at church are oftentimes there to try to figure out something or seek some type of guidance.
Right.
As a result of being in a relationship that didn't work, or marriage didn't work, or whatever. And the unfortunate thing is that you don't see a lot of families in church anymore. I think there was a study done that if the man in the family goes to church, then 90% of the time, the wife and the entire family will go.
Yes. Yep.
If the woman is the one that goes to church, it drops down to only about 45% of the time will the entire family unit come.
Yep.
So it tells you right there who is the driving force behind getting the entire family galvanized and in a place where they can accept some type of spiritual guidance.
Yeah.
I guess my opinion is that a lot of those women are there to really seek out some type of help and guidance, and they just happen to be seeking guidance from relationships that didn't work, or whatever. That's just part of it. But I think men are less likely to do that. So you're less likely to see single men in church.
Yeah.
The men in the church are usually with their wife.
Yep, and children. Yeah.
Again, that's a difficult question for me to answer from a man's perspective, because I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't know why single women are in church.
So.
So.
Boom.
Enlighten us.
Speaking from a place of being a single woman in church.
I'm a single man in church, by the way, too.
Yes.
I'm an anomaly.
Yeah. You're so goofy.
Right.
Anyways, that was a plug, ladies. That means he's available.
What?
you just asked for trouble. I hope you know
right
that.
Now,
you got bait. Boom.
Answer the question.
Okay. I believe, I'm going to speak from my heart. I believe that there are a lot of single women in church. There's a couple of reasons, I would say. Women are always searching for the right thing. Women are always searching for the promising thing. Women are always searching for reassurance. We're searching for confirmation, affirmation, understanding. I mean, the list goes on and on because we are more emotional beings and we're ran more by our heart than our intellect. You feel me?
Okay.
So men, as we know, as Justin was saying, are more intellectual. I've noticed.
You know some women are about to get on you for that.
I know, but I know. No. That's not what I meant by that, ladies.
That's what you
ladies,
meant.
No. You know what I meant. Stop it. I mean, men are ran more by the mind and the intelligence of things and their feelings concerning certain things here. Women are ran by things concerning here. We move by our heart. We move by our feelings. We move by our emotions. Men, a lot of times, move from here. Even though a lot of times they want to move from here, they move from here. And I say that often, a lot of times, the mind gets in the man's way. And I'm going to be honest about that because I've noticed...
Let's get back. All right, so
you know what I mean?
No.
I'm not male bashing. I'm just giving the synopsis.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Before I dig.
I'm not saying it's false. What I'm saying is like
when
we're talking about if the question was presented to me and the question was why do men blah 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 blah. All right. Well, the natural response is to say, well, women blah 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 instead of saying why do men, right? You know. I'm getting
bold. He's just a little more sensitive today. That's all. Okay, so anyways, so my thing is, let me go to the women, okay? And I know women are like, no, talk about it, but let me just go to us. Women are searching. Women want stability. They want structure. They want a foundation. I believe that church gives that to us. Not only does church give us stability and a foundation and structure, it gives us promises. It gives us prophecies that confirm what God has already told us. And what I've learned even in all of that, I'm going to go side note for a second. And this is from a personal experience. Let God's word to you be enough. Let what God is saying to you concerning a situation or something be more than enough. If a pastor comes with a word that is around that situation, yes, receive it and love it, but don't fiend for it to where what God already said what God already spoke to you is not enough still, and you're looking for more affirmations. I think my pastor just preached about that. Women, know that you have a presence that feeds off of the voice of God. When he tells you something, that is what it is. Hold on to the promise. Stay fervent in it. Pray without ceasing in it. And be faithful in it. Be faithful without it so you'll be faithful with it. Period. Okay? That's a little side note. Ding. Token. Okay? That one's for free. Yeah, all of it. But I believe there's more women, single women in church due to the fact that, let's be honest, most of us are desiring for marriage, okay? I'm going to get to the real deal. And from such a young age, we were told that we would find our husband in church. Let's just be real, okay? I'm not saying that's the only reason why women go to church, not at all, because that's not why I go to church. I go to church to be fed so that I can go out to the world and be able to pour out what God has put in me. And I go back to the church and get fed. I'm getting fed throughout the week, but the church is what gives me substance and nutrients and a community to be able to know that I'm not by myself on this journey. You get me? But a lot of women go to church because they want to meet that king. They want to meet that, there he is, like, like heaven opens up over somebody and they're just like, that's the one. The knight in shiny armor. And I'm going to be honest. That's not how it's always going to happen. It may be in a grocery store. It may be, for some people lately, it's been on the dating services. There's a lot of different things. But I will say this, don't let that be your focus. Because when you focus and fix your eyes on God, He makes His job to take care of everything else that is within your heart's desires. And remember, your heart's desires come from Him. So if you have a desire to be married, it's because it came from God, and He's going to fulfill His promise. But
what if what if they have a desire to get their frick on? Where does that come from? I mean, because that desire exists, does it not?
No.
Alright, okay. I'm just wondering, like, you know, there's okay. Sometimes there too. Like,
so, okay, if we want to be real, that desire for a lot of women is there.
Does it come from God?
The desire to have sex?
Yes. Whoa, we're getting real right now. Oh.
I need to look at my Bible.
No.
Wait. So, okay.
You don't.
The desire. No. Let's just be real. The desire. Listen, would you be quiet? The desire. Even though this is both of ours, both of our platform, but the desire is always going to be there. God made us that way. It's when the desire is being fulfilled in the wrong way.
Good.
Okay? So it is in this, I'm gonna speak from a personal, very, very, very personal level. Do not taint your communication and your access to your Heavenly Father for whether if it's 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or an hour. I don't care what it is. Don't. I've experienced both worlds, and I love in this season of my life for a while now to be able to wake up and go to sleep not having to apologize or be in tears because I epically failed at what I know is my treasure, my jewel, and what I am supposed to be holding beautifully and powerfully for my husband and my king. The way we feel after we've done what we've done is so worth just not doing it. It is going to come up. We were built that way. Women, come on. I swear, after turning 29, it's a whole nother ball game.
Well, it's not just,
I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not just women. Like,
it's male and female.
Well, I mean, we're here to procreate. So for the idea that desire doesn't exist doesn't make any sense.
No, it exists. Yeah. The desire that
we can get. I mean, this is a whole other conversation.
This is in here. Women, you asked some really good questions.
It's just to like kind of tie a bow on the original question.
Okay.
Though.
Yes. Yeah.
I had one more question to ask you before we moved on.
Okay.
Why is it that when women are single, they're more likely to go to church versus when they're in a relationship, not going to church? Because the question is single women. So even if you're single, you're going to church. But let's say you're in a relationship with a man, because I just told you the statistics.
Yeah.
If the man's not going to church, then the likelihood that the woman is going to go to church is not very high.
Little to none. Yeah.
So why do women cease to go to church once they're in a relationship if the man's not going? I just put you back on that question.
Okay, so.
And there might not be a real answer.
No, let me give an example. Women. you have to be in a space that first where you and God are more than enough. Okay, point blank, period. I finally got to that point. When you're not in that space where you and God alone are more than enough, you will compromise every bit of what you desire to do, where you desire to serve, what you feel like you're called to do, just to keep a man. I've been there. I've been there very much so, and often in past relationships where, I mean, I had an ex who would not go to church, like refused. And most people look at me like, how does Reyna date somebody that didn't go to church? What? She's like a Jesus freak. Yeah, I do. I love Jesus. But I found myself in a space where I was willing to, not where I was willing to stop going to church, but I was willing to adjust and compromise how consistent I went to church, especially if he was in town or if we were in town together somewhere, whatever, so that I wasn't making him uncomfortable, but that I was still keeping him as my man, and in the midst of keeping him as my man, still trying to please God by being at church when I was able to go or when he wasn't in town.
So to circle back, originally you said that a lot of women go to church to find that guy. So once they find that guy, they withdraw from church. So you're going to church to get. It's like, you know, when I was a kid, my mom used to tell me that your prayers to God should be more of what you're already thankful for than what you need. And
that's good.
Based on kind of the little dialogue we've had so far, I'm saying if you're going to church seeking, then once you obtain whatever that is, then what's keeping you in the presence of God at that point? If He gives you the desires of your heart, what keeps you in His presence?
Wow.
Is it the love of what you seek, or is it the love for God?
For God.
Yeah.
Oof.
Did good on that one?
That was good.
Oh yeah. A blind boy sees a green girl. She drives a